Over a year ago, I created a video about Nixie tubes. It was not as popular as I hoped, mainly because it didn't have Arduino in it. It's time to fix it and create a video that will show you how to control Nixie tubes with Arduino. Let's give it a go. Let's talk about connectivity. In my previous Nixie tube video, we used IN-1 type of Nixie tube. It was powered from 12-volt power supply. We used a special voltage boost converter to boost 12 volts to the required 180 volts. So then we could connect the Nixie tube anode to the output of this buck converter. In my video, I did not use the resistor, but I really should have, and will in this tutorial. 20K resistor would be just about right. Then we could lit all possible digits by connecting corresponding pins of the tube to ground, e.g. grounding the pin number 1 would lit digit 1, grounding pin number 2 would lit digit 2, and we could continue in a round-robin fashion for digits 3 to 9, finishing with digit 0. So this is where we left at the end of that video. In this one, we try to use Arduino Nano to control which digit would be displayed. Normally, it would not be super difficult. You could do it with 10 digital pins of Arduino, but this is just to control one tube. With multiple tubes, you are rapidly running out of pins. This is where this microchip comes in handy. It allows to control the Nixie tube with just 4 Arduino pins. This chip is dedicated to working with Nixie tubes, and the one I have is the old Soviet chip. Now you can buy the chips currently manufactured that have different symbol, which should work the same way. But beware, there are plenty of fakes out there, just like this one, which I bought from AliExpress. Actually, I bought 8 of them, and they are all worthless. The old Russian one should work. You can find datasheet for this microchip in the internet. And as you can see, those documents are all scans of old documents. This one is actually an English translation followed by the original document in Cyrillic. Oh wait, what was that logo at the top? It reads CCCP, but it stands for, and let me botch my Russian accent here, Союз Советских Социалистических Republic. Soviet Union in short. Cool, I got myself a piece of history. The chip has 16 legs. 10 legs are ground connections, each for one of the 10 cathode pins of the Nixie tube. Then we also have VCC and ground legs that you would connect to 5-volt and ground pins of Arduino. And then you're left with last 4 legs that are connected to 4 digital pins of Arduino. Through those pins, the information is passed to the microchip that indicates which digit should start to glow inside the tube. When we connect all Nixie tube pins to the microchip, we are ready. So how do you control which Nixie tube pin would be grounded? As I mentioned, the microchip has 4 input legs and 10 output ones. Through those input pins, we pass the binary representation of the digit we want to lit. Here is the table that lists all possible combinations. When we want the digit 0 to glow, we pass low signal to all 4 input legs of the microchip, and that results in leg corresponding to digit 0, which is also connected to pin 10 of the Nixie tube, to be grounded, and that in turn causes digit 0 to lit. When we want digit 1 to light up, we need to send high signal to input leg A and low signals to B, C and D, which is a binary representation of digit 1. That grounds the corresponding output pin, and digit 1 is lit. In the same way, by sending the right low-high combinations to the input legs, we can lit all other digits. Those Nixie tubes come with sockets, which I unfortunately do not have, so I'll have to create connection cables between the tube pins and the microchip. I will do it using this U-shaped connector, wires salvaged from Ethernet cables, and male header pins, and get 10 connector cables like this one. I will create 11th one done in different color that will be used to connect tube's anode. In this cable I would solder the 20K current limiting resistor. Let's connect those wires to the tube. Here is the stand for the Nixie tube and the buck converter I used in my previous video. I will now connect DC female socket to the buck converter. I would later use it to connect external 12 volts power supply. We leave one extra ground connection which will be used to connect the grounds of buck converter and Arduino. Here we have two mini breadboards, one with Arduino Nano plugged in and the other one with a Nixie control microchip. Let's connect all the grounds. Then few more connections as shown in the diagram. Time to put the Nixie tube with all the connection cables on a stand. Connect tube anode to the buck converter output, providing 180 volts, and then connect all 10 output legs of the microchip to the corresponding pins of the Nixie tube. Time to look at the code. First we need to declare microchip input legs which are connected to Arduino digital pins 12, 11, 10 and 9. Then we have a digits table that contains binary representations of each digit. First row represents 0, next represents 1, and so on. Each row starts with the most significant bit. In setup we declare pins A, B, C and D as output. On to loop function. Here we have a for loop which goes through digits table and sends sequence of high and low signals for each digit to the microchip input pins in 1 second intervals. So for instance in the fourth iteration of that for loop we get the binary representation of digit 3 and send it to the input pins of the microchip. Let's power on Arduino and connect 12 volt power supply to the buck converter. From this angle you see the glow discharge. How about the front view? Excellent! It works! After hundreds of hours of operation, your Nixie tube can suffer from cathode poisoning. Few words on what it is. When one of the cathodes is illuminated, the material is sputtered from this active cathode onto the glass envelope and the inactive cathodes. If the cathode is not used for a long time, while others are lit, the coating of an inactive electrode gets thicker and thicker, and this can prevent the inactive cathode from glowing. To avoid it, you have to make sure that all cathodes are lit every now and then. We can slightly adjust the code we created previously. We only need to adjust loop function. Let's make the tube display digit 0 all the time, and every 5 seconds go through the process of lighting all the digits using for loop we created previously. The delay value needs to be changed for the process to run faster. Great, it looks like a glitch type of thing. Very cool. Let's introduce one more complication. I would like to control which number is displayed on the Nixie tube with a potentiometer. So I have this potentiometer module with 3 pins, ground, VCC and the signal pin. We will connect it to one of the analog pins of Arduino and map the red value to the range from 0 to 9, and that will be used to pick the digit to lit. So we need few more declarations. We declare A3 as potentiometer pin, then we need 2 variables. One for storing value read from the potentiometer and the second one to store mapped value that will be our selected digit to light up. Setup function is not changed. In loop, we first use analog read to read value of the A3 pin, and then we map it from range 0 to 1023 to range from 0 to 9, and assign this map value to the digit variable. And then we send corresponding binary sequence to the digital pins 12, 11, 10 and 9 to ground appropriate pin of the Nixie tube. Let's see if it works. There are multiple cathodes lit up as the Arduino is off, and this introduces inconsistent state, but as soon as we power on Arduino, we have a single digit lit. Mission accomplished. This is all I have for you today. If this video would make some of you start working on projects in which you'd use those old, partly forgotten electronic parts, I would be over the moon. As always, like, share, subscribe to my videos if Arduino is your type of thing, and I will see you in my next video.